What if nothing around you is actually real? What if time doesn't flow the way you think it does? Or worse, what if you're the only conscious being alive? These aren't sci-fi stories. These are real paradoxes and facts that scientists still can't fully explain. By the end of this video, your entire understanding of reality might collapse. We live our lives on a stage we believe to be solid, governed by rules we think we understand. But beneath this comforting veneer lies a universe far stranger and more elusive than we can possibly imagine. The very foundations of our existence, matter, time, consciousness, are not the certainties we hold them to be. Prepare yourself, for the world you know is about to change forever. Let's start with something familiar. Your own hand. It feels solid, reliable, real. You can clench it into a fist, feel its weight, and trust that it's there, a tangible part of you. But what if I told you that this sense of solidity is one of the greatest illusions your mind ever conjures? That feeling of substance is a story your brain tells, a comforting narrative to help you navigate a world that, beneath the surface, is almost entirely empty. Our senses are designed to interpret the world in a way that makes it manageable, but reality is far stranger than it seems. Imagine zooming in, past the skin, past the cells, past the molecules, until you reach the atom itself, a minuscule nucleus orbited by electrons with vast stretches of nothingness in between. The deeper you go, the more you realize how little there actually is. If the nucleus were a grain of sand sitting in the center of a massive cathedral, the electrons would be like tiny specks of dust drifting near the ceiling. The rest of the cathedral? Pure, unbroken void. The scale of emptiness is almost unimaginable. Every atom in your body, the chair you sit on, the air you breathe, 99.9999999% empty space. The matter you think of as solid is in truth a ghostly framework suspended in a sea of nothing. You are not a solid being but a constellation of particles, each one held in place by invisible forces, floating in a cosmic void. The boundaries you feel are not walls, but the result of energy fields interacting. The sensation of touch, the pressure you feel when you press your hand against a surface, is nothing more than electromagnetic repulsion between the electron clouds of your atoms and those of the object. No two atoms ever truly touch. This isn't philosophy or science fiction, it's the reality described by physics. The equations on a physicist's board reveal a universe built on emptiness and energy, not on solid matter. Solidity is a trick of the senses, a shortcut for navigating a world that is, at its core, ethereal. Our brains evolved to treat the world as solid so we could survive, but the truth is far more mysterious. If you could somehow compress all the empty space out of every human on Earth, the entire population would fit into a single sugar cube. All that we are, all that we see, is mostly nothing. The mountains, the oceans, the entire universe, these are grand illusions, magnificent structures built from near nothingness. Even the most massive objects are mostly empty space. We are not solid objects but intricate patterns, information arranged in a whisper of matter. Our existence is a dance of energy and probability, a fleeting arrangement of particles and forces. The forces binding these particles, electromagnetism, gravity, the strong and weak nuclear forces, are the true architects of our reality. They shape the universe, giving rise to everything we know. Look at your hand again. It's not just a hand, it's a miracle of structure, a collection of countless atomic solar systems, each one spinning in the vastness of space, yet working together to create the illusion of form. You are a walking paradox, substantial yet almost entirely empty. You move through the world as a solid being, but at the deepest level, you are a cloud of probabilities and forces. A physical being sculpted from the void, a fleeting pattern in the endless sea of space and energy. And this is only the beginning. The deeper we look, the more wondrous and strange our universe becomes. Now let's turn inward, to your mind. Every experience you've ever had is filtered through your brain. But what if your mind isn't just interpreting reality but creating it? Imagine the brain in a vat. You're just a brain, floating in a jar, wired to a supercomputer feeding you a flawless simulation. Every sensation, every memory, every emotion, artificial inputs perfectly crafted. If you were this brain, how would you know? Every test, every sensation, every friend's reassurance, just more code in the simulation? There's no outside to appeal to, no way to confirm your world is genuine. This isn't just sci-fi, it's a real philosophical problem. Our senses could be the ultimate deceivers. We assume our internal experience matches an external reality, but we can never step outside our own minds to check. Your universe exists only as neural firings inside your skull. When you look at others, how do you know they're conscious and not just simulations? The brain in a vat paradox leaves us with only one certainty. I think, therefore I am. Everything else, the world, other people, remains an unprovable assumption. So as you watch this, how can you be sure you're not a brain in a jar, experiencing a simulation called life? The chilling answer, you can't. You're living on faith that your senses aren't lying. We experience life as a journey along a river called time, always flowing forward. Each moment seems to slip away behind us, while the future rushes toward us, unseen and unknown. We feel as if we're passengers, carried by the current, unable to pause or turn back. But physics tells a different story. Einstein's relativity merges space and time into a four-dimensional fabric, space-time. In this view, time isn't a river we float down, but a dimension woven together with the three dimensions of space, forming the very structure of the universe. In this block universe, all of time, past, present, future, exists simultaneously. Every event from the birth of stars to the blink of an eye is etched into this cosmic block, unchanging and eternal. Imagine a film reel. Every frame exists at once, but we experience them one at a time. The story is already there, start to finish. But we only see one frame, one moment, as the reel unwinds. Our consciousness is like a spotlight moving along this reel, creating the illusion of flow. We feel the present as it passes, but the rest of the film, the past and the future, remains, waiting to be illuminated. The present is just the frame we're experiencing. The past and future are equally real, eternally present. Every memory, every hope, every possibility is already inscribed in the fabric of space-time. Dinosaurs, your birth, your future, they all exist as permanent coordinates in space-time. The universe holds every moment, from the ancient past to the farthest future, side by side. If the future already exists, do we truly have free will, or are we just playing out a pre-written script? Are our choices real, or are we actors following lines already written in the cosmic screenplay? Even memory becomes strange. Are we recalling neural patterns, or somehow accessing other frames of space-time? Perhaps remembering is more like visiting a place that still exists, rather than reconstructing something lost. Physics equations don't care about now, they work forwards and backwards. The laws of nature are indifferent to the direction of time, describing a universe where past and future are treated equally. The arrow of time may just be a quirk of entropy, not a fundamental law. It's the increase of disorder, the spreading out of energy that gives us the sense of time's one-way flow. Think of a frozen river. From the boat, you move along it. From above, the whole river is static. The journey feels real, but the river itself is unmoving, every twist and turn already there. The block universe suggests we're in the boat, but reality is the frozen river. Our sense of motion is just our perspective, not a property of time itself. Nothing truly comes or goes, everything simply fixed in space-time. Every moment, every life, every story is preserved, unchanging in the grand structure of the universe. The life of a star, your own fleeting existence, all permanent fixtures in the grand tapestry of reality. The universe is a gallery of moments, each one eternal, each one waiting to be seen. The next time you look at a clock, remember, it's not measuring flow, but marking your journey through a static landscape. The ticking hands are just reminders of your passage through a timeless world. The past isn't lost, and the future isn't unwritten. They're just different places in space-time, waiting for your consciousness to arrive. We've questioned matter, perception, and time. We've asked what is real and what is merely a trick of the senses. But now, we arrive at perhaps the most unsettling question of all. Now, the most isolating truth: how do you know anyone else is real? How can you be certain that the world outside your mind isn't just a convincing illusion? This is solipsism, the idea that only your own mind is certain to exist. Everything else, every person, every object might be nothing more than a figment of your imagination. Everyone and everything else could be a projection of your consciousness, an elaborate dream you can never wake from. The world, with all its colors and sounds, might be a private theater playing just for you. Unlike the brain in a vat, there's no machine, no external world, just you, the dreamer, and the dream. There is no hidden operator, no puppet master behind the curtain. There is only your awareness spinning the story. You see others laugh, cry, love, but you only experience your perception of their behavior. Their joys and sorrows are shadows on the wall of your mind, never truly accessible. Their actions could be those of philosophical zombies, perfect imitations but with no inner life. They move, speak, and react, but inside there may be nothing at all. You can never access another's subjective experience. No matter how close you get, their inner world is forever sealed off from you. You assume they're conscious, but it's a leap of faith. Every handshake, every conversation is built on trust that others are more than just clever illusions. For all you know, you're the only conscious entity in a universe of automatons. The world could be a stage, and you, its only true actor. Solipsism is logically irrefutable. No experiment or argument can disprove it. Every attempt to reach beyond your mind circles back to your own perceptions. Any evidence, any person arguing against it could be another part of your own mental creation. Even doubt itself is just another echo in your private universe. It's the ultimate loneliness, a universe where you are entirely, fundamentally alone. No matter how many voices you hear, only your own is certain. Your parents, your greatest love, all phantoms, constructs of your mind. The people you cherish most may be nothing more than memories you invented. Their love is a love you wrote for yourself, their pain, a pain you imagined. Every relationship, every bond, is a story authored by your consciousness. Every conversation is a monologue. Every argument, every laugh, every tear, echoes in the chamber of your own mind. Few live as solipsists, but the doubt lingers, a shadow at the edge of reason. It's a question that haunts the quiet moments when you wonder if anyone else is truly there. We choose to believe in others' consciousness not because we can prove it, but because a shared world is richer and more meaningful. Connection, empathy, and love give life its depth. But the doubt remains. You are the god of your own universe and also its only prisoner. The walls are invisible, but unbreakable. The thought itself becomes part of the potential illusion. There is no escape. In the end, you are left with the mystery, alone, but forever searching for a sign that someone else is truly there. Now that your brain's officially scrambled, which of these truths messed with you the most? The idea that you're a ghost made of empty space, a flawless simulation, time as a frozen landscape, or the loneliness of being the only mind in the universe? These aren't just idle thoughts, they're the frontiers of human knowledge where physics and philosophy collide. The universe doesn't owe us simplicity. Reality is layered, complex, and mysterious. To question it is to truly begin using our minds. The world is more wondrous and more terrifying than it appears. Subscribe for more mind-bending content. The journey into the unknown has only just begun.